All right, look. Today I want to talk about the one idea that got me to 45 videos and counting. And let me just give you some backstory. I have always wanted to have my own business. Um, I love working. I love being an employee. Just in my situation, it works. I've got a great situation, great scenario. Work is great. But I've always had this desire to have my own business, my own side hustle, my own way of making income that didn't involve working for someone else. So a few years back, I was at a conference and Russell Brunson was one of the presenters. And to make a long story short, or a short story long, I ended up in his one funnel a day challenge and I thought it was great. Slightly overwhelming, but it was great. I mean, it really was great. And there was one concept that he introduced that talked about what he called publishing, meaning you have to take create content on a daily basis over a long period of time. I think it's a year where you publish. This could be if you write. This would be, I guess, Medium or maybe Substack now, maybe even Twitter, or I'm sorry, X. If you that could be Instagram, any kind of writing medium. If you do video, that would be Facebook Lives, maybe Instagram. The content I'm talking about is dated a little bit now, but you get the idea. So, and then if you did audio, that'd be podcast. But the whole purpose was that you had to um, publish on a daily basis, and for a year. And so I did. I mean, one of his a great follower who has his own success in his own right, um, said that was one thing he wasn't going to do, but ended up doing it and has also been very successful. Stephen Larson, someone else who was teaching that particular version of One Funnel a Day challenge when I was going through it. So that was an idea that kind of stuck in my head, mostly because I just thought that was hard. I mean, even in today with all the tools, or even back then with all the tools, um, you could create content ideas and have content calendars just created for you automatically. Like poof, you'd have 30 days of content or a year of content. It would just come up. Not necessarily because of the way it's generated, at least in my opinion, from what I was seeing, wasn't anything that was organic to you, but it'd give you a lot of ideas that you could work with and you could then publish. I know that I even published, I think, 30 days on Instagram. I just posted different motivational quotes and things like that to keep people motivated and that kind of thing. Wasn't anything I came up with. I bought a batch of quotes and set them up into Instagram to automatically publish. And nothing really happened with it. I didn't. Yeah, I really didn't understand the concept. I'm talking too much. But I did hear a similar idea come from a guy named Alex Hormozi, and he said that if you publish, no, if you um, did something for 100 days to build your business, if you did it for 100 days consistently, at the end of 100 days, you wouldn't have to worry about money. And so I was like, okay, that's interesting. His thing was like if you did 100 cold outreaches every day, if you did spend $100 on ads every day for 100 days, if you spent 100 minutes every day to produce social media content, if you did that every day for 100 days, then you wouldn't have to worry about money. And so I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. So I have two people who are successful. I'll say rich and successful, saying, hey, if you produce content on a regular basis, not on a regular basis, if you produce daily content over a prolonged period of time, then you don't have to worry about money. So I was like, wow, that's interesting. But one thing that I've learned is that the truth is consistent. You'll get confirmation of good ideas. And that's where I was. So I was like, that kind of stuck with me for a long time. And so when I decided to approach YouTube, I couldn't figure out a publishing schedule that made sense to me. I know that most people or most um, course creators will tell you to produce content. Once produce a video a week. That's all you need. It's long form content. That's all you need. and you let the algorithm do its thing. And I thought that's great, but a week out doing things would not be beneficial for me because I'm going to lose it after, do it one day and then I wait a whole another 6 or 7 days and I do it again. It won't work for me. At least not when I'm learning how to create content, how to get on camera, how to show up, those kind of things. So I heard as much as doing like 3 or 4 videos, I'm sorry, 2 or 3 videos a week, maybe 5. I mean, I had not seen anyone on YouTube, none of the big creators I follow, produce any more than maybe 3 videos a week. But I said, well, look, I know that everyone's publishing on other platforms. I'm going to publish on YouTube on a daily basis and learn. And that's what this is. So the one idea that got me to Video 45 is if you can produce content for 100 days on a daily basis, you'll never have money again. So that was one thing. The other thing that has happened, that's the idea. What has happened in the process? One thing that's happened in the process is that by being someone who creates content, I'm creating content. Um, it's kind of transformed how I see myself. I'm no longer sitting on the sidelines waiting for someone to tell me what to do. I'm actually doing it and then saying, "Well, hey, look, this is something I did. Let's look at the results of what I did." It flips everything. It changes everything. It's changed my mindset just by doing something consistently. And I feel like an idea that is executed on is where all the learning comes. I have spent years, when I say years, I mean long time, just absorbing information, never doing anything with it, just absorbing. And now on the other side, actually executing on an idea, and it's a wonderful thing. If there was one superpower that I can give everybody, it would be to do something. Don't just sit or ask questions. Do something. Have some result, and then from that result, let's work on what you learn from that result. Those are the big things. That's the biggest thing that has got me to Video 45 and hopefully further. I mean, I don't want to say, oh yeah, I'm going to definitely do this. Well, we'll see tomorrow. Will there be another video? Just keeping it, just staying humble, not over projecting. But yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you. The one idea that got me to Video 45 and hopefully beyond. And if there's one idea that you're executing on that you're able to get going, that's making you be consistent or helping you to stay consistent, in the comments below. That's all I got for today. Thanks. Bye.